Hey, my Legion, how you doing today? I try to keep it right before 11 o'clock. Now, if it's 1 minute before it starts, I would say that you're waiting on, say I'm late, but I'm not late. I originally was going to do this review yesterday, Christmas, and then I got sidetracked with a bunch of stuff. Now, the weird thing is, um, I was able to hang out with my sisters uh, most Christmas Eve and most of Christmas. And we didn't celebrate Christmas. We're planning on doing it this week, which be the 29th and 30th. We plan on celebrating that day, probably the 30th. Now, I know, well, I mean, I went over my mom's, and then all of a sudden everyone came over. Myself, if I knew everyone we were celebrating now, I think my sister had it all pre planned. She's saying what food to have. We're going to have subs or stuff like nothing fancy. No one wants to cook. And then there's just too much complaint. Hey, what's up, Dominic? There's too much complaining, family drama and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Anyways, years back, the movie Eight Crazy Nights came out. I never saw it, and it got mixed reviews. And what really, I mean, every so often I'll remember the movie, and I'll forget about it. Uh, and then there's a channel that came out called Good Bad Flicks, and Good Bad Flicks had Merry Christmas, Dominic, buddy. Good Bad Flicks had a thing of called Exploring, and they do like really like how the movie came about and the reactions and stuff like that. It's really interesting. It did like a 38-minute special about Eight Crazy Nights. And it was a Hanukkah movie based on the hit song Adam Sandler sang, just like he did that the turkey song for Thanksgiving. Well, anyways, I never saw it. I remember Cisco and Ebert, not Cisco and Ebert, Ebert and Roper reviewed it. I know Roger Ebert said he was pretty much a sociopath. He put the old guy in the porta potty, slid him down. I mean, it's all animated. Slid him down, and he came out covered in crap. He froze him to death, froze him with that thing, and then left him to die. And then the deers came and rescued him and stuff. Well, anyways, I just wanted to talk about the movie. Um, I thought it was pretty interesting. I liked it. I thought they were talking about the animation style. The animation style was really good. They had, for the most part, it was like hand drawn animation with like the moving vehicles being computer animated, not all computer animated, but it was hand drawn and computer animated. A great looking film. It took 2 years to make, and for the most part, it's pretty funny. Now they said parents were pretty much off put by the movie and disgusted because they took their kids seeing it, saying saying it'd be a family movie because they automatically assume animation um is equal to family entertainment. Sometimes that's not true. Watch a movie like Ralph Bakshi's Heavy Traffic, which is part live action, part animation, or heavy metal, which is actually pretty tame by today's standard, but still got an R rating. Fritz the Cat, first X-rated movie Ralph Bakshi did, or even well, they had to tone down the stuff in Eight Crazy Nights to get PG-13 because it originally got an R rating. So I'm curious to see how the uncut version went. I don't know. I don't know if there would be an uncut version. There's supposed to be an uncut version of the movie Dirty Work with Artie Lang and Norm Macdonald, which I would love to see. They said it's a million times funnier. Cause I remember seeing the original PG-13. I loved it. I saw it right when it came out of theater. No one else watched it. It was a huge flop, but I thought Dirty Work was really funny. And I'm a huge Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang because they were working on that show Norm. Uh, when and that's how I found out by Artie Lang. I remember him from Mad TV, anyways, and Norm Macdonald from the old days of Saturday Night Live. Well, he was, I think, Norm Macdonald was the funniest of the people who do Weekend Update. Anyways, I'm getting off track as usual. I thought the movie was pretty entertaining. I don't think it really did a whole lot. I don't really think it really covered Hanukkah that much. It was mentioned and stuff. It was mentioned just as much as Christmas was mentioned, though. Because, I mean, you see, like, that one auditorium, they were going to have that main meeting at the end of the movie. There's like the Hanukkah candle. I mean, Oh, I can't remember what it's called, the menorah, and like a big thing of Santa Claus. Oh, I love Dirty Work was awesome. It didn't make any money though. And then he had that movie Screwed with Dave Chappelle, which made even less. I don't remember if I think I like Screwed, but Dirty Work was really funny. I thought it was hilarious. Like I said, I saw it at the theater with my dad, and dad would laugh his ass off at certain scenes. I mean, I think there was, for the most part, it's really funny. I mean, my only complaint was there's one or two jokes they repeated. They repeated one or two jokes, and that just was a little lame. Just like in the movie Popcorn, there was a horror movie called Popcorn about all night movie marathon at theater, and they kind of redid a couple of murders very similar to that. I saw that in the military theater too. No, Dirty Work was awesome. I love Dirty Work. I would love to see the R-rated version. Artie Lang said one exists. He says a million times funny. I would love to see it. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where to find it at. All we have is the PG-13 rated version. Anyways, back to Eight Crazy Nights. I mean, PG-13 rated movie, lots of scatological humor and fart jokes. I think that's funny. I don't know. I mean, parents were horrified to take their little kids to see it, but it says PG-13. Some stuff might not be suitable for kids under the age of 13. I mean, sometimes parents have to use the rating thing too. Like, I mean, if you see like a Marvel film, like sometimes the parents will take their kids to see a Marvel movie, and for the most part, it's stylized fine and stuff like that. But something like Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3, which has some really dark tones in it, might be too much for little kids. So parents need to make sure that, PG-13 is, to make sure the kids are 10, 11, 12, maybe. Real little kids is, yeah. Oh, I remember that was awesome. Chris Farley. That was brilliant, brother. That was brilliant. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I saw. Trying to think, I think that's the only thing I saw had Chris Farley at the theater. I never saw any of his other movies. I usually saw him on cable. And then I remember I renting Beverly Hills Ninja years later. That was kind of a strange movie he was in. But I remember, I think that's the only thing I ever saw him when I was in the theater. I think that's the only thing I saw him in the theater, I think. Or maybe he might, no. Yeah, it might have been the only thing. But he was in that movie. It was funny. It was funny. Yeah, I like that movie. But as far as Adam Sandler's concerned, I think it's all right. Now the good bad flicks exploratory of the movie Eight Crazy Nights was really interesting. That's what got me into watching the movie, because it said, how does this movie relate to the video game Kingdom Hearts? And they do a thorough examination of like the director of the movie, how he got into like that one institute for animation stuff, and he with no money, and how he worked up. He was on that show The Max that was on when MTV did Liquid TV, and they had like MTV oddities, and they had the Head and the Max, and the Head wasn't very good, but Head lasted longer than the Max did. And after like a year, it got canceled. I think that it had like the Max had like 10, 11 episodes, and then it had like 14. I remember watching that one growing up. Yeah, I know he is funny. May he rest in peace, man. I mean, I knew Chris Farley was in for a rough time with his substance abuse and stuff, And then with the way he acts, I mean, the physical comedy will eventually catch up with him, just like John Belushi. He'd be another John Belushi. And there was times when he was so messed up, Lorne Michaels stepped in, and there's a thing called Dark Side of Comedy with Chris Farley in it. I can't remember. I think some of the cast members did an intervention with him because his substance abuse was so bad. They do something to try and get him to get clean and stuff. No, I thought Chris Farley was really funny for the most part. I haven't seen like any of his movies in a long time. I think that that movie with the Explorers was really funny. I can't remember if it was I can't want to say Continental Divide, but that's John Belushi. But he did something like that with like a period piece. I thought that movie was really funny, and they never got the respect it deserved, because I think people remember Tommy Boy, and then everyone hated Black Sheep, and then Beverly Hills Ninja got no recognition, and neither did the other movie. But I think that last movie was the funniest one. I think I saw it 2 or 3 times. But I think the Adam Sandler movie, Eight Crazy Nights, is pretty decent. I enjoyed it for the most part. It's not, I mean, it goes, I wouldn't call it a family film, but I would call it like right on the borderline with the darker holiday movies like Dark Christmas, like Silent or like Saint Slay or Silent Night or Die Hard. They said that Christmas movie. Or Krampus. And right along with Krampus, not really for little kids and stuff like that. But this way it's just from the humor and stuff, a lot of crap and poop and pee jokes. I thought those were funny. But I mean some jokes it was crossing a line, but they said it got an R rating before, which I didn't know that because usually Adam Sandler's good at getting the PG-13, but I think the fact that it was animated and they get away with more stuff. Because if you did a live action, you wouldn't be able to get away with a lot of stuff they did in the animated version. Yeah, I thought it was an all right movie. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Well, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I love the animated look of the movie. It's only 76 minutes. It doesn't run too long. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again, but it was cool for what it was. I didn't know if I was going to do a live stream of this, but I thought, why not? A live stream movie review of Eight Crazy Nights. And I'm going to be doing a birthday live stream, hopefully, this Friday. And now this Friday, sister and I are going to hang out. And I hang out with the family, and we're supposed to celebrate Christmas then. So we'll see what happens. I do plan on doing the live stream at 9 o'clock. Now, it's always possible that it could be moved or it could be canceled. I do another time, I know when I did my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, my 10-year anniversary on YouTube, it was pushed back to when I was able to have the time to actually do one, But, no, I thought I'd do like a live stream of Eight Crazy Nights, a live stream movie review. I give it like 7 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good. Not perfect. Some of the jokes were funny. A lot of times he came off looking like a jerk and stuff like that. Sometimes too much that it wasn't funny. But at the end, he redeemed himself. I guess he redeemed himself. And there was reason why he was acting out like that. But still, he came off. Well, they said they had to tone down the movie because he was too much of a jerk in the movie, the original cut of it, besides from the R rating. But, I liked it. It was all right. So, I guess that's it for the movie review. I thought I'd just do it live. Just do something different. Just be different. So, hope you like this video, everybody. Till next time, please take care of my Legion. Night, everybody.